Hollow Knight is my favourite game of all time. Combined with heart-racing boss battles, beautiful art, and a mysterious story and world, it's no wonder I've played this game dozens of times over. In all those hours of play, I found that this game, about bugs and gods, holds interesting ideas and lessons about purpose, identity, and the self-finding journey we all embark on. In this video, I will analyse characters and themes throughout the game and reveal what lessons they taught me about purpose. The game begins with some mysterious cutscenes, which to a new player make no sense whatsoever, and our character is dropped into this world and then gives us control. In most video games, we're given an objective or a goal. In Mario games, our goal is to save Princess Peach from Bowser. In Pac-Man, our goal is to eat pellets and dodge ghosts. Here, we don't know our character's aims. We don't know where we are, we don't even know what our character's name is. And in a weird way, I find this very relatable to real life. As a baby, we're dropped into this unknown world. We don't have grand plans of the future. We're all on a journey of finding out who we truly are. And yet we still have to control our character and play the game of life. It seems like purpose is something we need to discover for ourselves by exploring our surroundings and talking with others. There's a philosophical concept I learned at school called tabula rasa. It's the idea that individuals are born without innate mental content, meaning all knowledge and character are shaped by sensory experiences and our environment after birth. In other words, we're born as an empty vessel, just like our main character, and it's up to us to travel deeper into this kingdom and discover our true purpose. After making our way through the tutorial area, we find a small, quiet town, Dirtmouth, and its only resident, Elderbug, who gives only the vaguest sense of the dangers and riches that lie ahead. Next to him is a well going downwards, and that's it. No fanfare, no explanation, just this subtle push to descend, and so you do. You go deeper. At first, it feels like exploration for exploration's sake. The forgotten crossroads, the whisper of old ruins and ancient civilizations. But the deeper you go, the more the truth of Hallownest begins to unfold. Eventually, after hours of descent, you reach the Abyss, the place where the knight was born, the deepest part of the kingdom. The place that holds the truth of your existence. This is what makes going deeper such a powerful motive in Hollow Knight. It's not just a gameplay mechanic, it's a metaphor. Purpose isn't found at the surface level. It isn't waiting for you in the safety of Dirtmouth. It's uncovered by descending into the unknown, layer by layer, facing darkness, difficulty, and danger. Real life is the same. We don't find our purpose by staying in what's safe and comfortable. If we want to truly understand who we are and what we're meant for, we have to go deeper. We need to face our fears and take risks, get out of our comfort zone. Purpose isn't something handed to you on the surface. It's something you uncover in the depths. To find meaning, you have to go deeper. It's easy to focus on just the knight, but Hallownest is filled with characters whose own stories add texture to what purpose really means. Each NPC reflects a different side of it, and their arcs, big or small, weave directly into the knight's journey. Quirrell is one of my favourite characters in the game. You can find this explorer all over Hallownest, marvelling at ancient ruins and beautiful environments. At first, he seems like a wanderer without direction, just a friendly face along the way. But as you learn his history, you realise his purpose is directly tied to the Dreamers. For all this time, he's been carrying Monomon's mask. When he places it back, he fulfills the purpose he'd once forgotten. Quill shows us that purpose isn't always obvious in the moment. It unfolds gradually and revealed only when the time is right. Quill's fate is left unknown. Maybe he lived on quietly after fulfilling his role. Maybe he passed away at the Blue Lake, content that his purpose was complete. And that's the beauty of his story. It shows us that purpose isn't always about knowing the ending. Cloth has one of my favourite arcs in the game. You first meet her buried in the ground in fungal wastes, when she pops up and talks about travelling to Hallownest in search of adventure. The irony is that she's literally hiding underground, away from danger. Later on, she admits her cowardness to the knight, and that despite her size, she is afraid. Only by the knight's example does she find faith to become a fearsome warrior. Later on, she joins us in a fight against the traitor lord, and sacrifices herself to land the finishing blow and die as a legend. And of course, there's Hornet. Hornet is the protector of Hallownest, and is the embodiment of duty, guarding the kingdom from further corruption. Her purpose is rooted in her heritage. She is the daughter of the Pale King and Hera the Beast, bound by her mother's sacrifice to protect Hallownest. Hornet's role is fascinating because it shows the conflict between destiny and choice. Sure, she inherited her role as a protector, but she isn't a mindless enforcer. She constantly reflects and questions her role, and she realizes there may be another way to save Hallownest. She teaches us a crucial lesson. You can inherit a purpose, but you must still choose its direction. Our purpose may be shaped by where we come from, but it's ultimately designed by the values we build and the choices we make. Scattered across Hallownest are benches. At first, they seem purely mechanical, a place to save, heal, and update your map. But they carry a deeper weight. Every bench is a pause in the chaos, a safe place from the many enemies of this world, a moment of stillness in this fallen kingdom. When we think of purpose, we think of constant action, but inaction can be just as valuable. Reflection is not wasted time. Without it, purpose becomes blurred. With it, our path becomes clear. So whenever you're feeling lost in the world, take a seat and reflect. From the moment the knight was born in the abyss, there's a question hanging over everything. Was this its destiny all along? The Pale King created these vessels for a singular purpose, to seal the infection. But as we play the game, we form connections with characters and learn about the lore and history of this world. And at the culmination of our journey, we realise that purpose isn't something that's fixed. It's something we can create for ourselves, through our choices. Our purpose had always been to replace the Hollow Knight, but through our relationships and through learning, we decide our own destiny, to destroy the Radiance permanently, putting an end to this kingdom's stasis. In our own lives, our purpose may not stay the same, and our toughest decisions we'll ever have to make will be in changing our purpose, defying the status quo, and sacrificing ourselves for others. No cost too great. This is the most memorable quote from the game. The Pale King used this to justify the abandonment of his children in the Abyss, the suffering of his kingdom, the fate of his heir, all sacrifices to keep the Radiance contained. But the Pale King misunderstood what true sacrifice means. His no cost too great was rooted in control, in using others as tools to reach his objective. Instead, the knight's journey shows what no cost too great really means: self-sacrifice for the sake of others. Throughout the game, the knight chooses to help strangers. It saves a kingdom of inhabitants that attempt to kill him by releasing them from the infection, and ultimately chooses to give up its freedom and life to bring peace to a broken kingdom. That's the core of purpose. It's not about what you can gain, but what you are willing to give. The most meaningful lives are built on self-sacrifice. Whenever you lose strength in life, when you feel like an empty vessel, when you have no purpose, remember you have so much to give to others who may not even know who you are, to people who need help. And for them, there is no cost too great.